It is time again for another episode of the Blues Heart Biker. Howdy friends, welcome to the Blues Heart Biker channel. All right, it's a brisk morning here in Fresno, California, ladies and gentlemen. The sun is out, but it is brisk. I got my jacket on and braving the elements. But these aren't really elements here. If it gets a little chilly here in Fresno, we think we're freezing to death. But it's a nice day, as you can see, and it's early in the morning here. Watch out, dude. I hate this stop sign here. This intersection, I almost bit it on that intersection. Anyways, yeah. So I'm riding my Softail Deluxe today. I put the windshield back on it. This windshield is not very clear anymore. But anyways, I'm heading down to meet a buddy of mine for breakfast. And we're going to go down to Fresno's historic Chinatown. Yeah, you guys didn't know we had one of those. Just like the big city, San Francisco, Fresno, we got our own Chinatown. So we're heading down there right now, going to an old diner to get some breakfast. And it's quite a interesting sight down there. So let's go down there. We'll head down there and we'll check it out. I'm torn with a few things. I'm going to talk about it here while I'm riding, but I'm torn with a few things. I'm really thinking about selling this motorcycle, and you know, I've had it for a long time, and it's just I've had it for a long time, and I'm so used to it, and it runs so smooth and rides so nice. Really doesn't give me much trouble. Really hasn't given me any trouble. And I don't know. I ever since I got my hip operation, my seating position has changed, and I feel like my leg aches and my butt aches, and it just seems like I can't get in a comfortable position on it anymore. So I think if I get a touring chassis bike, like a Road King or a Road Glide or a Street Glide or something like that, Electric Glide, I'll sit up a little higher, you know, and get a little different angle on my legs. But you know, this bike is light and real agile, you know, and those bikes are heavy, and I don't do a lot of long distance riding. Maybe because this bike's not very comfortable to do it on. I thought maybe the new seat would help, and it does a little bit, but it's still not, you know, right. And I don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars trying to find a seat, you know. It's like this quest, you know, seat 300 to 500, 600 here and there. Before too long you could have bought another motorcycle or a new guitar or something, you know. But so I'm thinking real seriously about putting the move on this bike and my Sportster. The Sportster's been sitting for a long time. I don't ever ride it. In fact, I robbed the mirrors off of it to put on the night train. That's something that I'm gonna have to do before I officially put it up for sale. I actually listed this bike on OfferUp. OfferUp, I don't know whether it's the best format for trying to sell stuff. I think Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist are the best bet, but I just figure I'd give it a quick little trial on OfferUp before I officially pull the plug on this thing and try to get rid of it. And I'm pretty sure that if somebody offered me the right amount of money for it, I'd sell it today. So I don't want to make this video into a commercial or anything, but this bike's for sale. So shoot me over an email if you guys know anybody that might be interested in it, or if you're interested in it. Let's talk a little bit. That is, if if you're interested. The seating position is different on that night train, and I think maybe it has to do with the ape hangers, and I feel like I'm sitting further back on it, and it's a Softail frame just like this, but I think the rake is a little further out on those night trains, and it's just, I feel just so much more comfortable on it than I do on this bike. But it's not a super comfortable bike either. You know what I mean? And I just want something that's kind of comfortable. I don't want to get a brand new bike or anything like that. I just don't want to spend that kind of money. I'm a little bit of a cheapskate sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. And no, to be honest with you, and no offense to anybody, because I know a lot of people that buy brand new bikes, but personally myself, I just can't see spending $20,000-$30,000 on a motorcycle. I mean, I get it. It's safe, and you don't have to worry about anything on it, and warranty, and I just can't see spending that kind of money on a motorcycle. I guess I'm old-fashioned, and I'm going to buy a Harley Davidson. Okay, that's a whole nother topic here. I'm going to buy a Harley Davidson because that's what I like. I like Harleys. You can call it shallow or whatever you want, but I just don't feel right unless I'm riding a Harley. I've had other bikes, and I feel good when I'm riding a Harley. Yeah, it's the brand name and the cool factor. I admit it, but there ain't nothing wrong with anything else. I mean, I like to look at all kinds of bikes and and ride them, but as far as owning my main bike, I gotta have a Harley. And time will tell, if I actually do sell this bike. I hate to part with it. But my dad had this old friend of his that was a horse trader, and he used to always say, don't marry that metal. So it's time to move along. Yeah, I just got 2,100 subscribers on my subscriber list. Yeah, pretty excited about that. That 100 came pretty fast. Hey buddy, how you doing? Got Mr. G here. This is the Ho Ho Cafe here downtown Fresno, Chinatown. And get this great pork steak breakfast with 2 eggs for $10. It doesn't get any better than this. Alright, so this is Fresno's Chinatown. As you can see here, there isn't much left of it down here. There isn't much goes on down here. This isn't a super, I don't want to say desirable part of town, but it is kind of a little forgotten part of town here. As you can see down here, there's the old Nippon building. That's the old Paris Cafe over there. When I was a kid, we used to eat dinner over there all the time. It's closed now. Used to go in through the park in the back and go in through the kitchen. And then that's the Ho Ho Cafe there. And that one we just had breakfast at. And as you can see here, this building just recently burnt, and that was like a two-story building there too. And as you see, this old vacant hotel here. That's the old Lincoln Hotel. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Good, good, good. Good.
But as you see, there isn't much left down here. But this was Chinatown. Now, there's a series of tunnels down here underneath. Hi. There's a series of tunnels down underneath Chinatown. They link a lot of these buildings together. I've never seen them, but I've heard of them. And there's a place there used to open them up once a year and let you walk around down there in them. But I don't know whether they do that anymore or not. But there's supposed to be a pretty elaborate series of tunnels underneath these buildings. All right. Well, as you can see, there's not a whole lot left down here. But I remember when this was pretty bustling when I was a kid. See, this is Chinatown, you can tell. It says so right there. There's the Softail Deluxe, mine. This here is the old Komodo's department store. Back when a local person could still have a department store. Now it's been all taken away by stuff like Walmart and Macy's and such, Target. But one time, this was somebody's thriving business. The old Komodo's department store. See over there. This is a really old Fresno building. Above Komodo's department store was the old Asia Hotel. And there's our beautiful downtown. All right. And what do we have here? I see this motorcycle every time I come down here. This old Voyager. Pretty dang cool. I'd like to have this bike. It's pretty cool. The Voyager 12. Wow. How cool is that? All right. Right, this is the old China Alley here. As you can see, in 1874, 600 people moved to what is now Fresno. Of these, 200 were Chinese who made the brick and helped start the building of Fresno. A short time later, they were persuaded to settle west of the train tracks. They built an area of shops which catered to all ethnic backgrounds. It was a thriving area that offered goods, services, and entertainment day and night. It was the cosmopolitan area of Fresno for many years, and to this day, this area still has influence on the city. The brick used here came from an 80-plus-year-old church torn down in the 1970s, and is thought to have been made by Chinese settlers. Huh, that brick right there. Anyways, this is the China Alley down here. There's the Bing Kong Association. This is a building that burnt down. But this is pretty interesting down here. The Bing Kong Association. There's some history here. Now watch. See something really cool here. It's just like being in China there. This is old Chinese masons. See the masonry sign there?
Two days later.
Well, all right, I'm back here. A couple days here have gone by since I was over in Fresno's historic Chinatown. I don't know what happened. My camera has been doing weird things lately. I don't know what the deal is. Sometimes things just don't show up. Things that I film aren't there. Sound gets weird. A lot of stuff's going on with it. I don't know what. It's almost time to get new cameras, I guess. But anyways, that's a whole different deal. You guys saw pretty much most of the Chinatown stuff that I did. There was some more footage that I don't know what happened to it. Anyways, that's enough of that. I did, that here, yesterday, I put the Softail Deluxe up for sale on Craigslist. And something funny, I figured out what kind of the new, I don't know whether it's actually a scam or kind of what the new thing that they do on Craigslist is, spammers or scammers or whatever. But I put it up. I haven't gotten much action on it, except for the first day. And put it up on the first day. I started getting all these texts from out-of-town phone numbers, and I was leery of it because, the first one I got was from like Georgia, and I'm thinking, well, I know people that have moved here. Maybe it's somebody from out of town, lives here now or something, so I answered their questions, and they basically kind of asked me, if they could come look at the bike. Well, that's a good thing, because it wasn't any let me send you a money order, or let me send you a cashier's check, and I'll, that kind of thing that, you used to always get. But what they do now, I'm going to look for one of these texts here, because I got a bunch of them. They just, like, the first day, they just started coming in like crazy, and then they've stopped. I haven't gotten any anymore. But, you know, they say they'd like to come over and see the bike, and what time I'd be available, and, you know, and I answer their question. You know, if I'm around today, I'm around, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they go, how about 4 o'clock? 4 o'clock's fine. You know, I'm cool with that. And what kind of condition's the bike in? You know, how long have you had it? Why are you selling it? It's that kind of stuff, you know. And then they ask if you have an accident report. There are 2 different ones that they asked for. RVC report, and the other one was a HV report. And they send you a, you know, they ask you if you have it. And if you say no, they send you a link to a website. Well, hey, this is where I get mine at. This is where you can get it at. They want to direct you to those websites. Well, I'm not going to get a dang report for my bike, you know. I mean, you can look at it. You can tell it's never been wrecked. You know, it's all stock. I'm the second owner, you know. So I told them no, you know. I just said, no, I'm not going to do that. And they come back and they get like rude with you, you know. 2 people came back and got rude with me on it. You know, here it is. Here's the text I got right here. Okay, I'm gonna read it. You know, do you still have the 2007 Harley Davidson? Do you think you can show it to me tomorrow or this week? Where are you located? And what's the reason you're selling it? Okay, so I'm not gonna tell them exactly where I'm located. I'm not gonna tell them, you know, what town I'm in even. I just tell them I find, you know, Roding Park. You know, it's a landmark in Fresno, and I'm west of there. That's all I tell them, okay? And they go, well, how about tomorrow? We meet about 2. And, you know, that sounds all good. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask, do you have the RVC report? Ah, okay. Well, I don't have one, and I'm only the second owner. I tell them, you know, can you get the paperwork report from, there it is, runvehiclechecks.com. I forgot to ask you my name. My name's Daniel. Well, I'm not going to tell you my name right now because this is weird. And it shows the history, like recall, title, verification, history, info. You know, I need to see that. And I go, well, I'm not going to go through all that. You know, I'm not going to go through all that. And he says, look, I'm serious enough to drive down there, taking a day off my work and dragging a friend with me just to be able to pick it up without at least a report. I just need to see it before I make the arrangements. And I'm already committed to buy it as described, okay? So, excuse my reading. So anyways, that's one, and then I got another one. That was one. I got a few of them, and after a while, I just quit answering them. You know, here's another one. Want to know if I have the VF report. And he sent me a link. NMVTS authorized. I don't know what that means. But anyways, I told him I didn't have it. He said, okay, bye, you know. I really find it hard to believe that every single person that asks me about this bike wants to see a vehicle report, and they have their own vehicle report, their own name, their own place they want it from. I think it's a way to get you to go to that site. You know, they get you to go to those sites, and they probably data mine you. The last guy that sent me a message, the guy asked if I still had the bike. I said, yeah, give me a call. So nobody from Fresno, and that's why I know that these are all fake, because nobody from Fresno has called me on it. So I don't know what to think, you know. Well, I do know what to think. That's the Facebook or the Craigslist scam. So when you put something up on Craigslist, you're going to get a whole bunch of people trying to get you to go to some phony ass website to get a vehicle report. Okay, I mean, if you want to get a vehicle report, get a vehicle report, you know, but these guys they've got, you know, and I don't know whether they're AI bots or not, because, you know, they answer you back intelligently. That's it. You're going to get all kinds of calls. If you put your bike up on Craigslist, you're going to get all kinds of fake calls that want you to get a vehicle report. But anyways, I'm not saying don't put your bike on Craigslist, because it's one of the few ways to sell stuff. But that's one of the, you know, you used to get all these calls that said, you know, I'll send you a bank cashier's check today, and I'm sending my friend over to pick it up, and then they'd fool around with your bank info and blah, blah, blah. This is different. I don't know. I think they're just trying to get you to go to a data mining website. Anyhow, that's the update. That's the lowdown on Craigslist these days. And they charged me $5 to put it up there. I didn't know they were doing that. It used to be free. Anyhow, we'll see what happens. Bikes for sale. You know that. I already told you all of that. I'm going to get going now. Thanks for watching, everybody. All right. I got a pretty big episode coming up next week. I went on a 400-plus bike ride up to the hills, and it was really amazing. So stay tuned for the next episode, which is Saturday, okay? Every Tuesday, every Saturday, right here on YouTube. It's the Blues Heart Biker channel. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up and the little bell, all right? Those are marvelous things for me and for you as well, so you will never regret it. All right. Hey, everybody, thanks a lot. Stay safe, be safe, ride your bike safe, drive your car safe, live your life safe. But have a good time. But have a good time all the time, and be nice to your brother. Be nice to everybody around you, because you have never walked in that man's or that woman's shoes before, and you don't know whether they're having a rough time, they're having a rougher time than you. Be cool to everybody, all right? Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time right here on the Blues Heart Biker channel.